What's going on, Date Night World? What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Date Night Live, YouTube and Chill. All right, something that I decided I wanted to do for you guys out there. Bring a little bit more spice to the date night platform. This particular session, or what we would call Date Night Chill, YouTube and Chill, it's basically based on, we're going to actually look at some type of dating things centered around dating, even when it comes to awareness. Okay, even when it comes to awareness. One of the things we like to do is try to learn in so many different facets. I chose a long time ago when I started to do this particular podcast, I decided to do something a little different. I didn't really want to just be a guy that has a microphone and like, hey, I think women should be in the kitchen and the bedroom, things of that nature. So I wanted to bring another learning experience when it comes to dating by just basically presenting different ideas, different thoughts, different ways of learning. So tonight is definitely going to be one special. I picked this one out because I guess you guys saw the title. It was based on honestly, I'm gonna say this. Anytime I watch these videos, this is my first time watching it, right? I just saw some headlines, pulled up a couple of articles, and according to these particular articles, I was like, you know what, this is maybe something that could be a good awareness piece for men and women. This particular situation, it looks like a young lady, she met a guy, and her and her boyfriend actually set up this particular guy. And we'll dig more into the actual case, but I kind of just wanted to do a little bit of house cleaning. When I mean by house cleaning, just kind of give you guys an idea about what we are and why we are doing it. So date night again. This is not a podcast. I always say this is not a podcast. Honestly, I kind of almost get annoyed by people saying, "Hey, Mark, your podcast, blah, 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 blah." No, this is a platform. Basically, this is an area where we allow people to come to vent. We are not specialists, experts, coaches, and or therapists. This is a voice for the people. And if you know any particular people that want to come on this particular show, where I allow people to come on, just to my particular, as I would call my date night family, you guys want to come on, you guys want to comment on anything that we're doing, you're more than welcome to come on the show. This is an open platform. It's not about me, it's about you guys. So, and today, again, I do have some guests with me. I do have a few people. We're going to actually watch this particular show. I will have a couple more young ladies that will come into the fold soon. So let me bring in my first viewee, Miss Viewee. Miss Shavonna, why do you have your camera off? Thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. Well, tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and yeah, let's start there. Who you are and where you're from.
I'm Shavonna, originally from Florida. I live here in Atlanta, been in Atlanta for about 20 years. And yeah, that's who I am, where I'm from.
Correct. So I actually I always put filters out for anybody that wants to come on the show for whatever reason. I actually, again, I have Miss Shavonna, and I have some other guests that will be coming up soon. But guess what? We're not going to wait. We're not going to wait. What we're going to do is we're going to keep going. Anybody that wants to jump in, you want to jump in the chat, have any questions, I will be manning the chat. Basically, we're on Facebook. We're on Rumble. We're on, we may be on Instagram. I'm not for sure. 100%. I have somebody else that's actually working it out for me. And then we're on, of course, on Facebook. So let's go ahead and start. I want to kind of give a little bit background of this particular case. So what I typically do, let me see. Let's do this. So basically, this right here. Let me get this highlight stuff off. This is aggravating. Okay, man found guilty of the murder of a man who thought he was meeting a Facebook date. Okay. I'm just going to kind of go over this quick article, then we're going to get into the actual video, okay? So basically says a man accused of killing a man who thought he was going to meet up with a girl for a date has been found guilty. Basically, after a 4-day trial, jurors found Melvin Willis Jr. guilty March 24th on all the charges for the robbery and murder of Henry Peoples Ross, who was on the way to pick up a girl he met on Facebook for a date, not knowing she had set him up to the ambush and being robbed. Willis, 31, was convicted on one count of each felony murder, assault with intent to rob while armed, and conspiracy to commit armed robbery in the connection with the March 2020 slaying. He and his confidant, Miss Shania Moore, 20, were each charged in the murder of 32-year-old Mr. Ross, who was found fatally shot on March 13, 2021. Okay. So there's a little bit of other actual art. Can you see that, Savannah?
I can.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can't see that. Okay, I want to make sure.
I see.
All right. So from what you heard, what do you think about this particular thing as far as this whole Facebook date and this guy getting set up? What do you think about that?
I
Your
think
thoughts?
it's scary, especially with these online dating apps and everything that you run across. But it sounds like this is something that she and her accomplice has done before. So it doesn't sound to me that this is the first time, but it was almost like a robbery gone
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was thinking that too. I was thinking that too when I was actually pulling up the article or whatnot. Also, let me see something. I'm gonna share. Let me share something. Else. And so here's a little bit of the girl. She got 15, sentenced to 5 to 15 years. We're gonna actually go into the details, but right now I like to get a quick overview. So I'm gonna read this about her. A woman admitted to working with her boyfriend to set up a man she met on Facebook to be robbed. There was also but was also later murdered. Has been sentenced to prison. Shania Moore was sentenced to 5 to 15 years in prison May 2nd for the role in the murder of Henry People Ross, who was on the way to pick up Miss Moore. So that's the female version, or she also served 5 to 15 years, which I'm interested to see. For me, for something like that, that's awfully, I think that's kind of awfully not a whole lot of time for something like that. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah, 5 to
Yeah.
15. I mean, she's the one that set it up. She may not have been the one that actually, you know, did the murder, but she's the one that lured him to the location.
Right,
So
right.
5 to 15 is yeah, that's pretty low.
Hey, you like how I'm back here chilling though, ain't I? I'm over here chilling. Yeah, this how I be at the house. I wish. Okay,
chilling too.
look. I got my shorts on and everything. I'm kind of chill. This YouTube and chill, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually go into the video. We're gonna start the video. I also do comments, or if you have anything you might want to say on something we heard, we're definitely gonna, dig into this particular video. The video is about 39 minutes, so let's just get to the video. That's the reason why we're here. Just want to kind of set things up. Okay.
All
All
right.
right, let me see. Hold on for a second. Let's see what we got going.
We have covered hundreds of police interrogations
Can you hear
on
that?
this channel.
Yes.
And usually, the suspect being interrogated doesn't ask for a lawyer. Well, in today's video, 20-year-old Shania Moore is about to talk with the police about a murder they believe she was involved in, and she will have her lawyer at her side.
Okay, we all set?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so just so you're clear, everything that we're talking about right now is, being recorded. Okay. So if you could do me a favor, when you're explaining, what we're going to be talking about today, if you could just speak as clearly as possible. I know sometimes people, I understand you're probably nervous. So sometimes you have a tendency to speak
Yeah,
quickly.
yes, you're nervous.
Try not to do that, okay? And just
course.
and speak so we can hear it, like I said, because it's being recorded. Fair enough?
Yes.
Okay. So obviously we're here for an interview. Today's date is May 28th, 2021. Present for the interview is Shania Moore and her attorney, Christopher Shemke.
Yes, P74025.
Okay. And I know that you obviously have had advice of, from your attorney for quite some time, but I'm going to just advise you of your Miranda rights, okay?
On March 13th, 2021, the police found the body of 32-year-old Henry Ross, filled with bullet holes, sitting in a crashed vehicle. It appeared that it may have been a robbery gone wrong because $250 in cash was missing from Henry's wallet. The police checked Henry's phone and found that he had been messaging Shania on Facebook prior to his death. In the messages, Shania asked Henry if he would take her on a date and told him that he could meet her at an apartment complex, which, coincidentally, was where the murder took place. When the police confronted Shania about the messages, she denied any involvement. But 2 weeks later,
Hold on for a second.
Wow.
First of all, let me just say something right
You have
quick.
had advice from your attorney for quite some time.
It's right here.
place.
First of
When the
all,
police
I am not. Call me to their house. What is this? What is
may
this
have
at?
been a
Let me show
robbery
you
gone
something.
wrong because
Somebody
$250
call me
in
to your house. Let me
cash
tell
was
you what I'm
missing
not
in
gonna
Henry's
do.
wallet. The police checked Henry's phone and found that he had been messaging Shania on Facebook prior to his death. In the messages, Shania asked Henry if he would take her on a date and told him that he could meet her at an apartment complex.
Okay, here we go. I am not going to meet any woman. Let me say this loud and clear. Let me explain something to you. I'm not going to meet a woman that invites me. As soon as I put up something like this, guess what? I'm gonna keep going.
Out.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm not trying to say, look, I'm not knocking anybody that has that type of
Right.
life or whatever. I'm just saying, for me, I am not. I refuse to have someone say, meet me here, come pick me up or whatever. And I put up something like this, guess what? I'm out of that, man.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
and
just my love.
it's uncommon. Well, I don't know how common it is, but you shouldn't be meeting somebody at an apartment complex on your first date anyway, right? So that's a red
Right.
flag right there. But I mean, to your point, as soon as I would have pulled up, I'm like, oh no. Let's meet up at the Walmart or Starbucks or somewhere else, in a public
Right.
area.
Man, listen, I ain't gonna lie, we're horny toads. We don't think. We're horny toads. We're just trying to get that thing wet and get up and get out. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'll be honest with you.
Right, and he done found him a young thing, right? He's 32,
Right.
and she's 20. So
Right. Oh my God. That's a whole other story. All right,
which
here we go.
coincidentally was where the murder took place. When the police confronted Shania about the messages, she denied any involvement. But 2 weeks later, she agreed to turn herself in with her lawyer present.
So I'm just going to kind of lay it out for you and just say, why don't you tell me what you know about the events of March 13th, 2021, and the death of Henry Ross.
Where's my lawyer?
And try to speak up, okay?
I think that is the lawyer, right?
Yeah, these are that's the investigator. Those aren't my lawyers. I wouldn't be saying nothing. It don't look like she can probably afford one. She may can. I'm just saying these are our investigators, right?
I thought he said Shania is here with her lawyer.
Oh well, you know what? I'm drinking. You might have heard that. That's why you need women around, fellas. Just in case we missed a little intricate parts of it. This is the reason why you should watch something with two people, because I missed that whole part. Let's keep going.
To rob Henry Ross.
Okay.
I directed him to come to the back of the apartments, and we talked briefly for like maybe a second. Melvin Willis walked up and just shot him. I ran out the gate. We met up the next morning. I told him that we were going to be in trouble. It wasn't supposed to happen like that. He told me to keep my mouth shut or he was going to hurt me as well. So I remained silent.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Shania claims that she and her boyfriend Melvin Willis planned to rob Henry Ross. Shania told Henry to pick her up for a date, and when he arrived, Melvin shot and killed him. Shania claims she didn't tell anyone because she was scared of Melvin, but the detective isn't buying this story.
how do you know that it was Melvin Willis who was the shooter? Explain to me how you know that.
Because we planned it together. He was my boyfriend at the time.
Okay. So let's break that down. Now, have you seen the video, or at least seen still shots from the video, or have you seen the video?
I've seen it.
Okay. So is that you on the video?
Yes.
Okay. And that's you in that Thrasher sweatshirt and everything else like that? Okay.
Yes.
So in watching the video, what I see is, Henry backs into that parking spot, right?
Yes.
Okay. And were you on the phone with Henry when he's backing up, or
Yes,
who?
I was on the phone with Henry still.
Okay, and were you talking with him on like a phone app as opposed to like a normal
Yes.
phone number? Okay, so as he's backing in, that's you speaking with him, because you can be seen on the
Yeah, I
video.
was speaking with Henry.
Okay, and what was the nature of the conversation that was taking place?
That he just arrived to the place.
Okay, what did he think you were gonna do? Like, I mean, you had it where he was gonna meet you at Ranches of Rosebrook. You direct him to that location in that back area. He backs in. You walk up to the passenger side door. What did he think was gonna happen at that point?
Okay, so hold on.
Yeah, we were gonna go
Ask
out.
this.
Okay.
So when he pulled in,
Okay.
she directed him to come to the back of the apartment complex?
2 words. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
2 words. Horny toad. All right.
Oh,
Horny toad.
oh
All right,
my goodness. Okay.
We get the
all
horny
right.
toad syndrome. We don't even be thinking. You right.
Don't even
Absolutely.
think.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna let you in on. I'm gonna let y'all in on this quick secret, right quick, right? When it comes to us, sometimes, right? And I always say some, but not all, right? Let me tell you something. When it comes to a mission, we don't always think about all the particulars, right? What we do is we want to go ahead and get in and get out, and depending upon what we got going on, it's just this thing is like a robbery, right? So just think about it from a standpoint of someone that is of age in comparison to dealing with someone that that is in her 20s, right? When she's
Right.
20.
Right.
And so for him, it's almost like, to me, it would possibly seem in this particular scenario that he may be, it may be a power thing, right? Like, okay, this is a young girl. I'm going to go in here. She's telling me to do this. In his mind, her being that young, he probably thinks he's trying to outwit her.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And again, I don't know, because I don't, first of all, I don't mess with anybody up under a certain age. So, I mean, 20, I don't know what that's about. You know what I mean? But
Right.
hey, to each his
Right.
own,
Right.
Okay?
Interesting.
All right, yeah.
Okay. And then tell me what you see or what happens. Let me ask you this. When did you know Melvin was there?
He ran up on the side of the car
When did you first see Melvin?
when we got there.
Okay, but did you see, okay. So had you seen, when you are walking up, did you know that Melvin was going to be there as well? Maybe, can you flesh that out for me?
Yes, I knew.
Can you explain to me how that, because all I do is I see you on the video walking up. Tell me what happened right before that. Were you and Melvin in a car nearby or?
Yes,
Okay, explain that to me.
we waited in the car for a little bit.
Okay, so were you in a car with Melvin in Ranches of Rosebrook?
Yes,
Okay, and which vehicle were you in?
the Expedition.
Okay, is that the one that he drives and it's registered to him and everything? Yes. Okay. Was anybody else in the car with you and Melvin?
No,
Okay. Did anybody else know that this was gonna go down?
no.
Okay. What sort of conversation were you and Melvin having in the car while you're waiting for Henry to show up?
We weren't really talking that much.
Okay. So how did you guys, you guys were gonna do a robbery, right? That was your intention?
Yes,
Okay. How did you know what to do? How did you know what Melvin was gonna do? All that kind of stuff.
I didn't know. I just talked it out.
But what does that mean when you say talk to
I
them?
was just about to say that. What the hell?
You guys had to had said something that was
Yeah,
how it was going to go
yeah.
down. You know what I mean? Like, did you say I'm going to have this man go back to this area? I'm going to walk up to the car, and when I walk up to the car, I want you to come to the other side. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. I can't guess. I need to understand how you guys talked about it.
We didn't really talk about it. It just
I think the detective wants to know, like, for example, you and I are going grocery shopping together. I'm going to go over to the produce, get some fruit and vegetables. You grab the steaks. I'll meet you at the front. That's a plan. All right, we had a brief conversation. What are we doing? What's our idea? He just kind of wants to know, what did you guys basically have a plan? That's it.
just to rob him. It wasn't really a plan. It wasn't.
Well, it happened very fast, right? From the time that you walk up to the passenger side of the vehicle to the time that shots were fired was roughly 39 seconds, okay? So when you're walking up, you know, Melvin's going to have to kind of have some idea of where you're directing Henry to go, and all that kind of stuff.
Even though Shania is cooperating with the police, the detective is having a difficult time getting information out of her. This is most likely because Shania is doing her best to look like a victim. What the detective is doing is trying to show that Shania was just as involved as her boyfriend was.
So Melvin walks up, right? Okay.
Yes.
And I guess what I'm asking is, like, when in the sequence of events did you know that you knew a robbery was going to take place, but did he say, hey, go up to the passenger side and I'll do it then? Did he say, just sit there and talk to him and distract him and I'll walk up and try to rob him? That's kind of what I'm getting at, you know? I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, how did Melvin know that it was going to happen at that moment, as opposed to you just getting in the car with Henry and Henry driving off?
Hey, that's that. Yeah, you see that jumpsuit she got on. She got a jump. She got that jumpsuit. That's jumpsuit. She got this. Whatever she has on. That. Hey, that's the COVID look. You remember when we was doing COVID, everybody used to pull their mask down underneath their chin,
Right.
chin strap.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was look. Whenever you used to see that, you see that now. First thing I always think, man, that was goddamn COVID. You know, that was during COVID time. You know what I mean? So I know
And
that's
she did-
part of.
And her hair wasn't done.
But you know what? I wasn't even gonna say anything about it, because then I get all kind of about you must don't like your mama because you talking about that girl hair. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, okay, whatever. You
No,
know what
all
I
I'm
mean?
saying is during COVID, we wasn't getting our hair done.
Yeah, right. Yeah, shout out to Red Tree Crime. That's the station I pulled this off. I want to make sure they get their credit. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, it's on YouTube. They have other crime stories or whatnot, but I definitely want to kind of pull this one up. The Red Tree Crimes is on YouTube. Pull them up. They got more stories like this for you too. Definitely had to get that man his credit. So
He didn't know. He just did it. I didn't get a chance to do anything.
Okay. Did you suspect that Henry was going to have some money, or what was the intent? What were you guys hoping to rob, hoping to get from him?
Just money.
Okay.
did you say
Had you had
money?
any sort of discussion with Henry about, like, did you have some sort of some idea of what he might have, like, based upon what your plans were? Or, did it matter to you if you got $50 or $200 or $1,000? Did you have some idea in mind about what he might have in his possession?
Yeah.
And why did you come to that conclusion?
I don't know.
Basically,
Damn, she got attitude.
he wants to know, all right, this guy's coming up. Now the plan is to rob him. Now you figured he had some money on him. Did you and Henry ever have a conversation about money, or were you under the impression that he would have money on him?
Yeah, he would have
Okay,
money
so
on him.
what the detective wants to know is, how did you know he was going to have money on him?
Because we were taking me out.
Okay, so you figured he'd have some cash on him because he was going to take you out.
Yes.
Okay. And you guys were supposed to have, like, dinner and whatever else.
Yes.
Okay. So you walk to the back of the vehicle. Do you see Melvin at that point?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you just tell me what you see happen? Tell me what happened right at that moment.
They shot him.
Okay. What happened before that? So did they have a conversation? Where was Henry and where was Melvin when this is all taking place?
Henry was in his car.
Okay. Was he in the process of getting out of his car?
Yes.
And why was Henry getting out of the car?
He said he had to take a piss real quick. That's what he said.
Okay. And so Henry's in the process of getting out of the car, and you see Melvin walk up to Henry, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And
Wait, hold on.
does
Where is he
Melvin
gonna pee?
have a
Outside
gun
the car?
in his hand as he walks up to
Hold You
Henry?
said what now?
I said, where was he gonna pee? Just outside the car?
Listen, don't try
Or
to
was
act
that
like you
his
don't
way
know.
of trying to get inside
Oh.
the apartment?
Oh, listen, I don't give a damn about that. But you already know, nigga go. Listen. Don't try to act like you ain't pull them two doors in front of you outside.
The door on
Don't
the
do
right,
that.
the door on
Right.
the front.
Right, the door on the
you
right,
gotta
door on the
go.
front. Right, everybody done put that door on the right and door on the front. Go outside. So as far as is him, and That I don't know. Shit, you gotta go. You gotta go. Yeah,
No, I was
out
just
the
trying
window.
to see if maybe he was trying to use that tactic to get inside the apartment.
I don't know. Look, guess what? We shall see.
Okay. And what do you see Melvin do with that gun?
He shot Henry.
Okay. What happened right before that? Is there an exchange of words as you kind of described before?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me who said what.
Melvin said, "Give me your shit." Henry said, "What shit?" And he told Melvin he was gonna have to shoot him.
Okay. And so Henry said to Melvin, "You're gonna have to shoot me." Okay.
When Melvin pointed the gun at Henry and demanded he give him his money, Henry told him if he wanted his money, he would have to shoot him. It goes without saying that you can't put a price on a life, and what Henry should have done is just handed over his money, because you can always earn more later. If he had done this, perhaps he would still be alive.
Was Henry completely out of the car at this point?
No.
So he was kind of like, if I'm Henry and I'm seated in the car, is he kind of like getting out?
Yes.
And you saw that happen?
Yes.
Okay, and then when Melvin has the gun and Henry sees the gun, does Henry kind of retreat a little bit back into the car to like sit down?
Yes.
That's that, okay. And then Melvin basically says to him, "Give me your money." Is that right?
Yes.
And then Henry says, "You're gonna have to shoot me?"
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and then what did you see after that?
Melvin shot him.
Okay. Did you see what we describe as a muzzle flash, where the gun gets fired and you can see like a spark coming out of the front of the gun?
No.
Okay. As soon as the first shot was fired, what did you do?
Run.
I stood there for a second.
Okay. Because on the video we can see the casing, which is when the gun is fired, the casing kind of gets ejected, and you can see it kind of like fly over your shoulder. I don't know if you see that. So you were pretty close. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. So after Melvin fires the first shot, what happens after that?
I think he fired a second one.
Okay.
And I ran.
Okay. So you think he fired a second one? Do you know how many shots total he fired?
No.
No? Okay. So then, so you ran, right? Okay. And where did you go?
Home.
Okay, so you went to Hawthorne. You live on Hawthorne, right?
Parkwood.
Parkwood, I'm sorry. Okay. And then do you know right away, do you know where Melvin went?
He went home.
Okay.
The detective asks Shania if she knew Melvin was going to use a gun to rob Henry. At first, Shania claims she has no idea what was going to happen, but then her lawyer tells her just to be honest, because it will benefit her in the end.
So is it your statement today that you didn't know exactly how Melvin was going to rob Henry? You just knew that the robbery was going to take place, but you didn't know like what sort of weapon was going to be used in order to make the robbery happen?
Yes.
Okay. Might be a sticking point, but I just want to make sure, because this is important that you're completely honest about everything. So,
If you don't know, you don't know. That's okay. We want to make sure that you're not saying anything. There's no point right now. You're giving an interview. This is the time that we tell 100% the truth. If you didn't know there was a gun, then you didn't know. If you did know, then you could say so. But if you don't, no one's telling you to read a script. Just be honest.
I did know.
you did.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something right quick. One thing about cops, one thing I've always noticed, especially when they do these type of interrogations, they always get to a point where they kind of get this voice, whereas everything's gonna be okay. Like you could have been robbed by 100,000 people, right?
Right.
And then they're like, everything's gonna be okay, and if you just be honest, we're gonna make sure that we take care of you when it all comes down. Continue more, right?
Right.
Knowing that's the setup.
Trying to smooth things over so you can give all the details.
Yeah, details. You don't want to deserve them and piss them off. Then they'll be like, man, they'll send me to the hole or whatever they say. Whatever they
Right.
say, yeah.
Did know?
Yes.
Okay. And so when you say you did know that Melvin had a gun, how did you know?
Because I've seen it.
Did you see it in the vehicle before the robbery
Yes.
when you were with Melvin?
Yes.
Okay. So when, and once again, I know that we talked about going grocery shopping, and he says, go get the steak, and I'll go get the baked potato or whatever else. Other than you guys knowing the robbery was going to take place, you discussing with Melvin that you guys were going to do a robbery, you knowing that Melvin had a gun, and Melvin knowing that you're going to be directing Henry to this location so that Melvin could rob him, while you're there with Henry.
Yes.
Did you guys discuss any other details about how this was going to go down?
No.
Okay. Prior to you and Melvin ending up in Ranches of Rosebrook and waiting for Henry to show up and you're sitting in Melvin's car, what sort of discussion did you have with Melvin leading up to it? You know what I mean? Like,
We barely talked. We barely said 2 words to each other.
Okay. How did Melvin know that the plan was to have Henry come to Ranches of Rosebrook?
Right.
Did you guys have a phone conversation and you basically said, hey, I got this guy coming from the Detroit area, Henry, whatever else, and I'm having him meet me over at Ranches of Rosebrook, and so this is where this is going to go down? Was it something along those lines?
Yes.
Okay. But you told him specifically Ranches of Rosebrook to Melvin?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you pick that location?
I don't know.
Shania's original story was that they planned on taking Henry's money, but that's all she knew.
Okay, so real quick, I think that, like you said before, that is her attorney, right? That is her attorney, right? And basically, it seems that he thinks that he has a it feels like he has a client that is looking at it from a standpoint is my client is innocent. You know what I mean? Like, give this guy all the information. You see what I'm saying? So we can go ahead and clear you, so we can get the real guy that's behind this. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like.
I don't know how he could take that position if she is saying we knew he was going to get robbed. I told him to come to this location because that was the plan. So I think the plan was not to kill him, of course.
It was just to rob.
It was just to rob him.
Right. And I think the attorney is like, listen, go ahead and get this man what he needs. We can go ahead and get you out of here.
Well,
now,
give
him
the information that, yes, we were going to rob him, but make sure you clear yourself about knowing that he was going to get killed, because you didn't know he was going to get killed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll all come together, I'm sure. And we already know that she, maybe that's why she only got but a few years. Let's see.
Maybe.
Now that she is being honest and more evidence is being brought to light, it appears that Shania may have been the mastermind behind the whole thing.
Damn.
We obviously looked in your phone, and you ended up even Googling.
Let's go back.
You picked that location.
I don't know.
Okay.
Shania's original story was that they planned on taking Henry's money, but that's all she knew. Now that she is being honest and more evidence is being brought to light, it appears that Shania may have been the mastermind behind the whole thing.
We obviously looked in your phone, and you ended up even Googling the address for Ranches of Rosebrook. Do you recall doing that?
Yes.
Okay. Was just to pick an address to give to Henry?
Yes.
Okay. Now, be honest with us, please. Was part of the reason why you chose Ranches of Rosebrook because you were aware of this back area, which was kind of secluded and that sort of thing?
No, I just knew that it was just to be quiet over there, so I just.
Okay. Okay. I'll get to some of the text messages before we're done. So after the shooting, and once again, and I want to be fair here, it was only your understanding.
Box office.
It was only. Oh, yeah, that's fine. It was only your understanding with all of this that you and Melvin were going to rob Henry. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. You didn't know that Melvin was going to shoot Henry. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You didn't want Henry to die?
No.
Okay.
Oh, come on now.
Asking it. Okay. So afterwards, there's a ton of calls between you and Melvin that night, right?
Yes.
And some of them are pretty long in duration. Tell me about some of conversations that you were having with Melvin at that point. It was probably a pretty scary situation for you, right? Is that fair?
Yes, I was telling him that I was scared. I was throwing up, and I didn't want to be at home.
So what is Melvin telling you while you're on these phone conversations with him that night?
He was telling me that everything's gonna be okay, and I said no, it's not, because it's all gonna fall on me. Me and this guy have been talking for a while, and he has a picture of me in his phone.
Did he tell you what sort of things you needed to do to try to protect yourself from that? You know, from the potential evidence and that sort of thing?
Yes.
What did he tell you to do?
To get a new phone.
Okay. And did you get a new phone?
No.
Okay, why didn't you do that?
As soon as I was leaving, the detective came to my house.
Okay, the next day.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. You know, I thought about when they said something about a phone. You know, a lot of times when these criminals, right? These criminals can do like the most dumbest stuff, kill people, go do a drive-by and bring their cell phone with them, right?
Right. Right.
You know, I mean, the way the cell phones are and technology and stuff, I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm not giving anybody any ideas. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to say this. If I'm going to go rob something, I'm going to leave my phone at the house.
It's gonna ping to the nearest tower based off of your location.
Right. And the way they set, right, absolutely. And the way they set it up, from what I heard, it's almost like I think it's like 2,000 feet from the actual, what do you call those things? Towers.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then it's almost, and they do it in a triangular form. Right.
Oh, okay.
So it's triangular. Man, I'm telling you something. I got a lot of time on my damn hands. I be looking at stuff. I be trying to figure out if I'm gonna commit if I'm gonna commit any type of crime. You know, where did they go wrong? Right? Where did they go wrong? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna do any crimes now. I'm 50 years old. Any bad days are behind me right now. I'm old. No, I'm not. Actually, I'm a very, very young, energetic man, but I have some old fashioned ways right now. I'm like the cow that's in the pastures at this point. So I'm not even thinking about anything like that. But I guess my point was, you know, the cell phones and stuff like that, those things that get you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? They have those towers. You can't escape them. And I'm not gonna touch this case right here. I'm not gonna say anything. But me and you, we had a quick conversation. Let's just say this. How can I say this? Due to the fact that there were some cell phones used in a case that's going on currently in Georgia involving two people that were supposedly together at a certain time, due to the fact that they used their cell phones a couple years ago, guess what happened? Now their ass is in the pickle.
And I think people need to really and truly realize and understand that you deleting stuff does not mean that it is completely deleted, right? They can go back and retrieve deleted text messages, deleted pictures, deleted your searches, all of that. Like, yeah. Hey,
look, check this out too. Everybody in the chat. I need everybody in the chat. Also, anybody that's watching it, man, listen, let me go ahead and get on you right quick. I'm gonna go ahead and give it. Hey, I like to pull out the belt every once in a while. So the belt is out, right? The belt is out. I love you. This whooping is in for your good, not for your bad. So let me pull the belt out. So check it. You sit here, right? You sit here. And I appreciate everybody's time. It's a Friday night. You could be out or you could be under. Out in the streets or under somebody. But you decided to come on and watch this video. So since you're going to do that and it's free, right? It doesn't cost you anything. At least share, comment, get in the chat. If you want to come up, let me know. Hey, Mark, bring me up. I'll shoot you a link, right? But for the most part, I would prefer you guys to share this. I would prefer you guys to comment. I would hope you guys would also like or dislike it. If you don't like it, tell me thumbs down. I'll do something different. It's about you guys. You guys are going to navigate this platform, so it's not about me. So if it goes left or right, up or down, guess what? It's going to be on the audience. So again, share, comment, like, dislike, or whatever. You know, I will appreciate that. At least do that for me. I'm not asking for anything, okay? I promise you it's free. All right? Free game.
Okay. Did he tell you to delete things or anything like that, like from your phone, or because there were some deletions that took place?
Yeah, he told me to get rid of the app,
Which app? Which app are you referring to?
the phone app,
Okay.
and deactivate my Facebook.
Okay.
That shit don't work.
Anything else?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So then it's my understanding that you didn't physically see Melvin until the next day?
Yes,
Okay. And where did you see him?
he came to my house.
Okay, so he came to the Parkwood address?
Yes.
Okay. Was anybody else present when he came over?
Mm.
Just you and him? Okay. And what did you guys talk about?
I just was telling him that I was scared and stuff, like, and he told me that I was gonna be fine. And I said, no, it's not, because me and Henry have been talking for a little while, and he has a picture of me in his phone, and he said,
Henry had a picture of you, right?
yeah, he told me, just to keep quiet, and if I said anything, it hurt me.
How did he say that to you?
He just told me, don't say anything or he'll hurt me.
Was that something that surprised you from him, or had he been violent towards you in the past?
We got into a few scuffles, but I just,
Okay. So when we saw you, we had some detectives that saw you the following.
So hold on real quick. Let me check something right quick. I know y'all be like, pause and look. I like to get context. I'm sorry. In so many different ways. I'm gonna see something right quick. Let me look at something. Hold on for a
I
second.
want to know how old is Henry.
Guess what?
I-
Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. And I was just getting ready to I was just getting ready to pull that up. I
Yeah.
was just getting ready to pull that up. You know what I mean? Hold on for a second. Let's see. Because I was just thinking about the manipulation aspect of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could definitely say that age gap. Sometimes most guys use that as a control mechanism for young ladies. Somebody funds and everything. What the heck? All these pop-ups and stuff like that. Her role in it. I don't know. Get that. Let me flip this right quick. Let's see.
What's his
what we
name?
got.
Henry Peoples.
Yeah, Henry Peoples. Yeah, that was the actual guy who I believe. Oh, okay. Willis was convicted. So Willis was 31.
Okay.
And a young lady.
20.
Right. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Which is definitely, I can probably see where manipulation played a very, very large part. And a very large part in that particular in this particular case. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was pretty much pulling the strings. But again, let's see, because I may be damn wrong. Yeah.
Day, right?
Yeah.
And that's when we
Let's go
took
back a
the
little
phone and everything else.
Yeah.
Did you have a conversation?
And he told me that I was gonna be fine. And I said, no, it's not, because me and Henry have been talking for a little while, and he has a picture of me in his phone.
I wonder how long they've been
Henry
talking.
had a picture of you.
Yeah. He told me,
I said, I
What'd you say
wonder
now?
how long was she talking to Henry before they agreed to meet up? She said a little while, but I'm just wondering, like, how long?
Man, it don't take that. Listen. Again, I'm gonna have to. Listen, a woman could be like, "Curb, bring your ass over here. If we can go and get you this." I could be all.
So a little while could be a week, or it could be a month.
A little while. It don't take much for us. It don't take much for us. It could be. I'm getting ready to. I'm getting ready to get in the shower. Niggas, nigga knocking at the door. What time you gonna be here?
Dang, you there already?
We don't have to be on the phone long, but when we feel like that thing around the corner, we gonna come get that thing. For real.
just to keep quiet, and if I said anything, it hurt me.
How did he say that to you?
He just told me, don't say anything or he'll hurt me.
Was that something that surprised you from him, or had he been violent towards you in the past?
We got into a few scuffles, but I just.
Okay. So when we saw you, we had some detectives that saw you the following day, right?
Yes.
And that's when we took the phone and everything else.
Yeah.
Did you have a conversation with Henry after that about, Melvin, after that, about the fact that the police had interviewed you and taken your phone and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. I had to call him off a different phone.
Okay. And how did that conversation go?
I told him that the detectives took my phone, and he just, I don't know, he hung up.
That nigga was like,
We haven't.
that nigga was like, damn. I was, God damn it. He took that damn phone. He knew it was it. He knew that was over.
over. That's right.
spoke since then.
Next, the detective wants to talk about a phone call between Shania and Melvin after the murder took place.
Okay, so when you had, this is the part of the jail call where Melvin gets on the phone, okay? And I'm going to read it, and he says, and tell me if this is all accurate, okay? He says, I got you too, okay, I love you. You say, I love you too. He says, hey, I heard what happened. You have a response that's unclear. I don't know if I expect you to remember that part, but he says, I heard what happened, and you say, he said, you said what? And then you start crying, and then you say, why would you, is this when you said, why would you do this?
Yes.
Okay, and what are you referring to when you say, why would you do this?
Wow.
You
You didn't ask him that directly, but that's what you're getting at?
Yes.
Wait. So pause.
And then he doesn't
What's
respond.
up?
So he trying to act like she did it by saying, I heard what happened. Like he wasn't there. So it's almost like he's trying to set her up by saying on the phone, I heard what happened, as if he was not involved, he was not there, and he didn't actually do the shooting.
Okay. Well, hold on now. Let it play out. Let it play out. I mean, that's a good. That is a good. That's a.
I need some more
Some
Tito's.
what now?
So I need some more Tito's.
Yeah.
I don't like wine. I do Grey Goose.
You do Grey Goose. Okay. Well, was you fucking him? No, but right. I have 700,000 reasons why that I hit her. Hold on, here you go.
And directly to that question, he says, you okay though? And you say, no, I'm not okay until I get out of here. He says, okay, be strong. And you said, I am. He says, what's your attorney talking about? Like, what's the plan? Do you agree with all this so far?
Yes.
Okay, and then you have an unclear response. He says, okay. You said, I'm getting out Thursday. I'm going to be on tether. He says, all right, talk to you soon, okay? You say, okay, and he said, hold on, here's my mom. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. But you mentioned that you felt at this point in time with that conversation that was another example where you felt like you were just kind of out on an island?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? I'll just ask you. I mean, from the get go, especially once it was clear that you were in trouble. Why didn't you come forward with the information about Melvin being the shooter?
Because he was still out there. No, he said he was gonna hurt me. I didn't want to be involved, so I just stayed away.
Okay. Is it fair also that, maybe were you protecting him also because, you weren't sure how strong our case was against you and him? Is that fair?
No, I knew because of the messages that I had.
Okay. So you're saying it was in large part because of a fear of him and what he might do?
Yes.
Okay. Was it also, and I'm not trying to upset you, but it's clear that you really liked him.
Yeah.
So did you feel a sense of loyalty to him?
Yes.
Okay. This robbery that went down, had you done something like that with Melvin before?
No.
No.
Shania claims that this is the very first time they had ever set anyone up to rob them, but that is a lie. It turns out that the couple had set up several robberies over the previous months. What the detective needs to do now is show that Shania is not just a victim, and that she is a danger to society.
Now, based upon the text messages, it looks to me like it was something that, at least this incident was something that you had thought of. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. What made you come to that conclusion?
I don't know.
Okay. With Henry, that's kind of it's a bold thing to do. Would you agree with that? To rob somebody?
Yes.
Okay. So what made you think that this was, like, just out of the blue going to be something that might be worthwhile or might work out?
I don't know.
Okay. And keep in mind, I know this might be hard for you to admit to this, but it's really important for anything that happens in the future, okay? Because, like I said, people just don't out of the blue do this kind of stuff, at least typically.
Right.
Well, I don't have to answer that.
Well, basically, in the circumstance, it's a big decision. Like, and how did you guys come to saying, like, okay, let's go rob someone? Versus, that's a big choice. Like, you want to go on a big trip or you plan a bunch of things to make that trip. This is a big life decision kind of thing to do. It's against the law, and there could be ramifications. So it usually isn't spontaneous. So I guess he just wants to know, how'd you guys come to the idea that, yeah, let's do this? That it's a good idea.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yes, what?
Because we've done it
We
before.
did it before.
You had done stuff like that before?
Yeah.
Okay. How many times do you think?
Twice.
Twice. Okay. Did anybody get hurt any other times?
No.
Okay. Was it similar set of circumstances where you reached out to some third party, some male, and brought him to a location, and then Melvin committed the robbery?
Yes.
Okay. This particular robbery went down with Henry. There was some familiarity with how to do it because you had done it before.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
Right.
Okay, what's up? You say wait?
No, I'm saying no. I said right. It sounds like this is something they've done before, so they didn't have to talk about it. Like they didn't have to discuss it.
Right,
This-
right.
This is their thing that they've done before.
Right. Absolutely. It's something. Yeah, they said earlier that they were definitely had done this before, and I think so far. And again, we're gonna keep looking at this, of course. But it seems like this one probably was the one that kind of went sideways.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the one that kind of went sideways. So let's check this out. I did like I said before, this platform is for anybody that want to come on, that wants to join us, etc. I do have someone that wanted to join us, and they do have the. Yeah, we almost done. What's up, Miss Skittles? What's up?
Right.
What's up? Oh, I've been.
Look, don't come over here
listening the whole
acting. So what are your thoughts so far on this particular video? What do you think? And
Oh
then
my
we'll finish it
gosh.
off.
What
Go ahead.
the world? They done did that before. He got bamboozled for some. How
Right.
X-rated can we get? No,
For some
but
pussy. Go ahead.
yeah, he got bamboozled by the pussy, and dude was willing.
Hey,
to let
this is
it
a family
all the-
show.
What?
This is a family show.
Oh, okay. So the vagina, since I know,
Thank you.
and we will do it the medically
Yeah,
correct
vagina.
term. You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, Miss Skittles is a nurse, so we'll definitely talk about some things shortly after we finish watching this video. But let's go ahead. So you did kind of watch it from the beginning, though,
Oh
correct?
yeah, I've been on since the
Okay.
beginning.
Good. Great. So let's go ahead and let's go to the next part of this video. Miss Skittles, do me a favor. Turn your phone to sideways.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, so we can
Is it upside down?
panoramic. No, yeah, that looks even better. Look more full.
Okay.
Move it up a little bit for us. There you go.
Alright.
There we go. So we can see that face of yours. Here we go.
As far as your relationship with Melvin, you considered him to be your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay. How long had you been dating prior to this incident happening?
Maybe we're on and off, so I mean, I knew him since last summer of 2020.
Okay. Did you know him years prior to that or no?
No,
Okay.
just met.
How much of this of what we're talking about today have you explained to your mother?
My mom knows.
Okay. Was it because
She knows a lot of things more through me.
Okay.
Because I've instructed that everything she says on the phone.
Mhm.
So her mom knows too. Her mom is aware of what I know.
Right, fair enough.
I
And I
think
know
so.
that you she waived the attorney-client privilege, so I'm clear on
So
that.
that's where we're at on that. And I'm going to speak on her behalf. I don't believe that her mother knew the full story.
Okay.
And I don't want to go down the
Fair
path
enough.
of speculating what she
Right.
knew.
Okay.
I didn't tell my mom, so don't put my mom
No,
in
I'm not.
nothing.
Who else knows
You are not in a position to call no
the
shots.
details of this?
Right.
You mentioned that you did say some
Trying
things
to
to your
get
brother.
mama involved
Yeah.
too.
Um,
You
Everybody
don't
going
need to be
down for
involved
that.
either.
okay. Okay. Was it because
She knows a lot of things more through me.
Okay.
Because I've instructed that everything she says on the phone.
Mhm.
So her mom knows too. Her mom is aware of what I know.
Right, fair enough.
I
And I
think
know
so.
that you she waived the attorney-client privilege, so I'm clear on
So
that.
that's where we're at on that. And I'm going to speak on her behalf. I don't believe that her mother knew the full story.
Okay.
And I don't want to go down the
Fair
path
enough.
of speculating what she
Right.
knew.
Okay.
I didn't tell my mom, so don't put my mom
No,
in
I'm not.
nothing.
Who else knows the details of this? You mentioned that you did say some things to your brother.
Yeah.
Right.
And he don't need to be involved either.
Okay, I'm just asking you who else knows. Okay, who else knows what happened? Who else did you tell?
My brother that died.
Okay, so that's Tooney.
Yes.
Okay, anybody else?
No.
Okay. Do you know who else Melvin told?
No.
You don't know.
Did he tell anyone? I don't know.
I'm just asking. You know, did you ever have any three-way calls with anybody where Melvin was, somebody else was part of that call, where they would know details?
No.
Okay. Do you know where Melvin was earlier that day?
No.
Okay. Now, the nature of your relationship with Henry, was that the first time you had ever seen him face to face?
Yes.
Okay. How did that whole thing start? Like, did he randomly reach out to you through Facebook Messenger?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how he even found you?
No. Probably just added me. I don't know.
This is the part I was waiting on.
And then obviously I saw
Right.
back and forth, text messages and that sort of thing. And, and I kind of saw what led up to it. I don't think we need to get too deep in the weeds with that, but just essentially when you were in a dating relationship with Melvin. So is it fair to say that you kind of, the flirtation that went back and forth between you and Henry was with your belief that it may result in what happened that night, this robbery that was going to take place?
I mean, we talked before way before.
For the robbery.
I know, but if you're in a dating relationship, well, I guess I would ask.
Hey, every man talk. I'm not the only woman he talks to. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so you're saying that you didn't necessarily flirt with Henry with the belief that eventually he'd be set up to be robbed, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Not trying to embarrass you, but it's been brought up by your attorney and by other people. Were there times that you were prostituting yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Was this particular time with Henry supposed to be that or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Shania claims that she was involved in prostitution to make some fast cash, but somewhere down the line, she realized it was easier just to rob her clients.
Damn.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
well. Everybody
Yeah.
leaned in on that one.
Wow.
Yeah, they
So
put the
they've
spin
been
on
robbing
it.
people. They just didn't get tried before.
Yeah.
So was he her pimp?
I don't know. We shall see.
Keep going.
We shall see.
Interesting. Okay, go.
Okay.
I need another cocktail for this.
Right? I got mine.
Woo. I don't went through my whole one. Let me go get another one.
Security, would you please get these young ladies out of the theater?
Hey,
Damn it. Shit, y'all ready? Shit.
hey, we at home, right? We chilling on the couch.
Right. This part I'll be time I'll be cussing y'all ass. Tell them you know how when you be watching TV and you want to tell somebody something, you be like, shh.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's like, See, that's
Right.
why I just,
Did that last part come up on the screen, y'all? Or did y'all just hear it?
No.
Was it on screen?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go back some. My bad. Technical difficulties. We should go back and start right here. Thank you very much.
Melvin, so is it fair to say that you kind of, the flirtation that went back and forth between you and Henry was with your belief that it may result in what happened that night, this robbery that was going to take place?
I mean, we talked way before.
I know, but if you're in a dating relationship, why? I guess I would ask.
Hey, every man talk. I'm not the only woman he talks to. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so you're saying that you didn't necessarily flirt with Henry with the belief that eventually he'd be set up to be robbed, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Not trying to embarrass you, but it's been brought up by your attorney and by other people. Were there times that you were prostituting yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Was this particular time with Henry supposed to be that or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Shania claims that she was involved in prostitution to make some fast cash, but somewhere down the line, she realized it was easier just to rob her clients. In her mind, either way she was breaking the law. This also explains how Shania knew Henry would have cash on him.
All right, so I'm just going to go through a couple more things and I think we're good. Am I missing anything so far?
No.
Okay. Why don't we do this real quick? I'm just going to take a short break.
Okay.
For some booty.
Not even 5 minutes, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. I know that we've got people watching, so I have to, full disclosure, obviously, and just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I want to go through a couple text messages, a couple, some just briefly through some phone records, and I think we'll be done.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need anything?
No.
Okay. Do you need anything?
No.
Okay. I'll be right back.
The detective leaves the room and comes back 5 minutes later. This time, he wants to talk about the messages between Shania and Melvin prior to the robbery taking place.
Okay. So when you say, and this is the day of, you say to Melvin, I got something set up for tonight we can talk about. Something quick and easy, I feel. What did that mean?
The robbery.
So that was, you were going to discuss with Melvin the robbery?
Yes.
Okay. And did you then have a voice conversation with him about the robbery?
It's just kind of like in person.
Okay, was that when you guys met at Ranches of Rosebrook?
Yes.
Okay. So you send this text to the text to him saying that, that you got something set up for tonight, something quick and easy. He understood what that meant?
No.
Well, because his response was, okay, where you know him from, how long y'all been talking. So his immediate response is, he's saying something to the effect of, that would tell me that when you say, I got something set up for tonight, quick and easy, and his response is, how long you been talking, that you guys are on the same page, that means that
Right.
you're going to talk to him later on about a robbery.
She
Yes.
was
That's
the
correct.
mastermind.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember she said earlier.
So here's what we're gonna do.
we'll discuss
Here's what
it.
we're gonna do, y'all. Here's what we're gonna do.
Right.
You guys got a point. Just be like, let's use a excuse me. You got safe words. No, I can't see y'all. I can see you, but I'm paying attention more. So just say safe word is, I don't know, whatever, right? I'll pause it, right? Because I want to go back. Go ahead. I want to hear what you guys say. I want to hear this part though. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I feel like she was the
excuse-
mastermind. She said, I got something set up. Like, come on, I got this. Easy breezy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she contradicted herself because earlier in the interview she said they didn't talk. They just sat in the truck in the Explorer. They didn't have a conversation. They just kind of knew what was going to happen. But now she's saying, no, we did talk about we had something set up. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
She's
Yeah,
trying to
that
play
makes sense. That makes sense. That's why I like watching people. That's why I like watching stuff with some people, because sometimes when you watching your own thing, you miss a whole lot. So what y'all just said, hey, I like y'all spin and y'all perspective. So that's why I asked y'all to come on. So, all right, give me a moment. What?
You said I don't know him, and then you said he actually looks older than that. I guess I don't understand what you meant by that.
I sent a picture of Henry.
Oh, you sent a picture of Henry to Melvin?
Yes.
Okay. And was that the picture that Henry had sent to you, where he's kind of showing you what he looks like?
No.
A different one?
Yes.
Okay. What was the purpose of you sending a picture of Henry to Melvin? Was that so Melvin knew what the target was going to look like?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Scheming.
What was it about
What's that?
Henry?
What's that? What's that?
Uh-oh, no.
Now go ahead. I'm listening.
Saying that's so messed up. That is
What's that?
so played. Like,
Yeah.
What's that?
so messed up.
What's
She sent a picture
Shit.
of him to Melvin, and the detective said, "Did you send that picture because he was the target?"
He's
And
in
she
target.
said, "Yes."
Mm.
So not
So
only
she-
did you lure him there, but you
Right.
sent a picture of the target to Melvin.
And then tried
So-
to say he looks older, so he would know he could take him.
Right.
Gave him a little boost of
Exactly.
confidence, like, you got this.
Oh, that's right.
You
That's
got
right.
this, babe.
Mm. See, that's why I like to see women. Y'all so detailed and nosy at the same time. I be wanting to see what y'all be seeing. Y'all be seeing stuff we don't see. Y'all so damn no. Women are the nosiest beings ever. Yeah, so it's so detailed.
Detail.
Right, pay attention to detail. So so fellas,
Yeah.
watch what you say because they be paying the damn attention.
Ooh.
It's almost like they solving their own crime. Solving their own damn crime. Let me smell you that. No.
Yes.
That you thought would make him a target?
I don't know.
Was it just a timing thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I did look at some of your old Facebook. We got, that through a search warrant. And you were talking to other people and, maybe
Yeah.
kind of setting up dates. But what was it? Was it, like I said, you kind of maybe already answered it, but was it a timing issue more than anything else? Or was there something about Henry? Was it because of his lack of familiarity with the Ypsilanti area?
No.
Okay. No. So more of a just right place, right time sort of thing?
Just wants to him.
Yeah, he said he was already coming down to see his brother or something like that.
Okay. At 6:56 p.m., you say he about to come, so I'm going to send an addy, meaning address, right?
Yes.
Okay, out there, but we really don't have nothing planned. Are you referring to that you and Henry don't have anything planned, or that you're reminding Melvin, hey, we don't have anything planned yet, we don't have anything set up?
Yes, I was referring to Melvin.
To Melvin. So you were basically saying, like, hey, we need to get our heads together and figure out how this is going to go down?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, man.
And then you say to him, then you not answering the shit is crazy. Were you getting mad at him because he wasn't answering his phone so that you guys could make that plan?
Yes.
Okay. And you say, you be killing me with that. Were you just frustrated with him?
Yeah.
Okay. And then after the shooting, after the shooting, you sent him a text, babe, and then you say, I'm just finna walk to my cousin, man. Who's that?
My cousin.
Who's your cousin?
Her name's Monasia.
Monasia. Did you go over to your cousins?
No.
No. Why did you tell him that you were gonna go to your cousins?
Because I was scared. I didn't want to be at home.
Okay. And to your knowledge, she was back at his apartment over in Stevens?
Yes.
Okay. So then the that same night, he sends a text to you and says, babe, be ready. And you said, okay. What's that about?
He was going to come get me.
Okay, did he get you?
Yes.
Okay, so you actually saw him that evening?
Yep.
Okay. Not a huge sticking point, but keep in mind you did tell me that you didn't see him until
Yeah.
after. It's okay. You just have to understand that even little details, we need to make sure that we are completely,
Yeah, I saw him.
okay.
Shania is caught in a lie, which doesn't look good for her. Initially, she claimed she didn't see Melvin after the shooting, most likely to show that she was afraid of him. But now the narrative changes, and she saw Melvin only a few hours after the shooting. Not only that, but they got a hotel and spent the night together.
Where did you see him at?
He came and got me.
Okay. And
Gunpoint?
what did you guys, was he by himself?
Yes.
And what did you guys talk about?
I was scared. I was
Did he? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was scared. I was throwing up. I was nervous.
Okay. And what was he saying to you?
She's telling me to calm down. Everything's gonna be okay.
What time was this approximately?
10:34 p.m. on Saturday that night.
Okay.
Was it also at that time that he was explaining to you that, you know, I shot him and I thought he was going, you know, thought he had something and that sort of thing?
Yes.
Okay. I know that you said that he threatened you, but I will say that in your jail letters, some of the reason why, at least what you're expressing to family, is why you're mad at Melvin and why you're kind of fed up with him and why you eventually are doing what you're doing, talking to me today, is because he hasn't reached out to you in any way, shape, or form, hasn't put money on your books, you know, hasn't really shown any sort of loyalty to you. So I just want to make sure that we get that out.
Yes.
Is that part of it too?
Yes.
Okay. What would you say is more the part, the fear or the fact that he just hasn't been loyal? And
Both.
okay.
And I think that's fair. I mean, to look at it, why she didn't come forth first was because of fear, and it had nothing to do with the event. And then, in addition to that, she's going through this process, and because she's not afraid of him right now, she's afraid potentially for her family, but she's in custody. And now it's like, cool, you've abandoned me. I think so. It is.
Okay.
That would make sense that it would be both.
So once again, I know that I believe that you've been truthful, but I just want to make sure, even to, you know, like this new information came out about, you know, you guys meeting up immediately after and that sort of thing, which you have to acknowledge you left that out, right?
Yes.
Initially. So everything that we've talked about, because we've probably been talking now for, I don't know, hour and a half, maybe
What time
Yeah.
is it?
It's 11:15.
11:15. So this is your chance, man. It's super important, okay? And Mr. Shumke, I'm sure, would agree that is there anything, any detail that you left out or minimized?
No, I told the truth on everything.
Okay, because you
Okay.
basically you built the cake. It's important, but we want to make sure that if there's any sort of icing that needs to go on, we're not missing out. Because all the big stuff, the stuff that's important, is necessary. But defense attorney like myself will pick apart your story if there's things left off, and they'll just say you've lied a little bit, which means you're potentially a liar, and we can't. And then they'll try to convince the jury that your statement isn't credible. That's all he's trying to do, because you've given the stuff that is the most important.
I told the truth so I could sleep at night. I'm not gonna
Okay. No, I understand. I understand. You got to understand that, you know, this is important. It's a murder, and we want to make sure we
Sleep at night.
don't want to miss any details.
I
Okay.
don't. I already feel like the bad guy anyway, so don't do that.
Wait, which one is it?
In the end, Shania and Melvin would both be charged with murder. Because Shania cooperated with the police, prosecution offered her a plea deal. In exchange for her testimony against Melvin, Shania would receive 5 to 15 years in prison. This meant she would be eligible for parole after 5 years.
Damn.
Melvin, on the other hand, would be found guilty of murder and receive life in prison without the possibility of parole. What are your thoughts on this case? Did Shania get what she deserved? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
He got
That's
life.
weird. Huh?
That's a
Damn,
lot.
He got life, and she only got 5 to 15. But she really was the mastermind. She been doing that. She been tangling that booty with the carrot, dangle, dangle, and they
Yeah.
for it. I wonder how many men have gotten robbed by them.
She
I
said
mean-
3 prior, right? She said that this
Three
is
prior,
like,
right?
yeah, 3rd or 4th time.
Yeah.
More importantly, it was very interesting that she also said that when she was reaching out to him, he wasn't responding, and she was getting annoyed. Like, I'm sick of you always doing this. Like, where are you? What's going on? So it was like she was the enforcer to make sure that this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all the way around it's sad. I mean, like, even in the position for her, I mean, for whatever reason, definitely not justifying whatever she did. But the thing about it that, excuse me, from the other end of her having to be in that position to even be a prostitute. You know what I mean? At such a young age, right? So we can imagine she was 20 when this happened. So obviously, I'm sure this wasn't her. And if it's already been told that this is not her first trick. I didn't want to say that, but shit, it is what it is.
Told me when it happened, and she had been dealing with him for almost a year and a half. So between 18 and 19 is when she started dealing with Melvin.
With Melvin, yeah. And so I guess the moral of the story on all sides, really, I would definitely say for me, and I can get you guys' take on it, but I would definitely say for me it would be as men, right? I think sometimes we get caught up in what it is that we, as far as whatever our mission is when it comes to women, right? If we're on that state of, hey, I just want to go out here and hit something and leave, even if that's what you want to do, we're grown. We still, even as men, have to take precautions. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes one of the other reasons why I picked this particular video is because I felt like women definitely become victims, right? For the most part, right? For what I've seen, right? I'm sure it happens. But in this particular case, we can definitely say that there was a man who definitely, probably wasn't thinking, but not only that, he was a victim. He was a victim of the circumstances of actually not properly vetting the situation, right? Because I think that even from the first state of him reaching out, that should have been a little bit more. But then he's young, 31, so it's almost like it should be a little bit more vetting. Because me per se, I'll say this: I have a rule of thumb, right? Let's just say, and I don't even be on dating apps or really use social media as leverage. But I'll definitely say, but even if I meet somebody out, I'll say this, and I'll see what you guys think about this. My thing is, I'm going to meet a person, however I meet them. I feel like for me, my rule is 1 week, right? 1 week of conversation. 1 week before I even decide that I want to step out the door. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to also take and listen. So I'm not a victim of not just stuff like this, just shit, a victim of giving somebody my time who don't really deserve it. You know what I mean? So what do you guys think about that? Start with Siobhan. What do you think about that? What would be some of the precautionary things that women can use when trying to, meet someone on a dating app, meet someone on social media, or even meet someone in general? What would be some that you would share?
So one of the things that I try to follow if I'm meeting someone on social media or a dating app, we're going to have several video chats. So not just conversations, but video chats. And that helps me to understand your environment and helps you to understand mine. And then one of the other rules that I pretty much follow is I'm not coming to your house and you're not coming to mine for a minute. So we're going to meet out in a general area, and we ain't going to the hood, right? We're going to go someplace that's safe and that's comfortable and that is surrounded by a lot of people. So I think that's the best precaution, because you never know. You never know when someone is trying to set you up. You never know if someone is trying to just do something, that could be potentially dangerous.
What about you, Skizz? What would be some of the things you would share or some of the things you would use when vetting?
When vetting a person, to piggyback off of what she said, taking your time to try to get to know somebody. It's no rush. It's like, don't we have time? Also, being in a public place, don't put yourself in a situation that could be a little compromising, because things can go left real quick. And then 2, I wouldn't want to put myself in a situation where I don't know, in their environment, they could have somebody else there that could potentially want to do harm that they didn't even know. So take your time, and they also communicate, be real honest. What we see, people are not. But I think it will come in time, because people who are assertive and aggressive, kind of like she was, time is not on their side, because they're anxious and they have that spirit of, okay, quick, fast paced, and then maybe you can weed somebody out with just taking a little bit more time.
Right, right. So I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you this, Shivana, and I'm gonna ask you too as well. Would you feel that, from your perspective, would you say that is there a fear of dating, Shivana? Do you have a fear of dating? What is it?
Absolutely.
Or do
Absolutely.
you?
Yeah.
What are some of your biggest fears?
I mean, the fears are, again, my safety, right? My
Okay.
safety of going out and getting something put in my drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or a guy, going out with a guy and his chick popping up, right? And now she want to fight me and scratch up my car. So I mean,
Right.
those are things that I'm always aware of. Like when I want to go out, I try to pick some place that I've been to before, I'm
Mm-hmm.
familiar with, and that I'm comfortable in. I get really, really leery when a guy is persistent about me coming to a certain place that I don't know about. And
Mm.
more than likely, if I'm not feeling it, I ain't going. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Oh,
it's dangerous out here. It's
So
dangerous.
your biggest fear? Okay, right. I get. What about you? What outside of being snatched up? What are
yeah,
some of
I'm
the what are some
so
what are some of the things
uh,
that you can kind of your fears when it comes to
I'm
dating?
I'm scared somebody will take my organs. They will roofie you and
Oh
then wrap you
Oh
yes.
up.
yeah.
You'll be so wasted that you can't walk, and they'll have their team right outside the door. Like they took that
Mm-hmm.
girl off somewhere on the south side in Decatur. She got off work from Red Lobster. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sex trafficking is so big. They're taking women, children, men, and boys. So
Yeah.
Right.
and then also I'm kind of terrified a little of actually meeting somebody. It kind of goes okay, and then they follow you.
Yes.
That's happened before. Somebody actually after a date, somebody follows you. Is that
Not
what you're
me
saying?
particularly. I mean, I
Oh,
don't know, but I've known people that has happened to. And then of course the
that's
movie.
weird.
I've had that happen. I've had that
What do you
happen. This was
mean?
years ago. But yeah, we're leaving. I know you live in the opposite direction, but I'm still looking in my rearview mirror and you're following
Mhm.
me. Like
Mm.
you're following to see where I'm going or trying to see what area I live in because I'm not giving you that information. So I've had that actually happen. And I guess once I started turning off and making all these weird movements, then they realized that I saw you following me, right?
Mhm.
So,
Right.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
That's
on the
weird.
highway.
That's
Highway, go
yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I'll say this. I just want to kind of just end it with this. I'll definitely say, as women, just from a physical standpoint, you guys are already kind of at a disadvantage. You know what I mean? Just based on stature and size,
right,
right?
right.
Right.
But I would probably definitely say one of my biggest things that, and I'm not saying this is definitely not a knock, but let's just be real. You guys are details. You guys are detailed when it comes to like the person you're dating and things you enjoy. But I think one of the biggest things that women have an issue. One of the biggest issues I see is being aware and self-aware while being out, whether it's day or night. Right? You guys are kind of that part when it comes to like outside of work and outside of relationships, families and stuff. Just a fact of being able to be aware of everything around you. You know what I mean? I think women kind of lack that skill set,
Do
right?
you do you think they lack it because when going out you may drink too much, or what do you think it is?
Y'all can be leaving work and da 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 da.
That's true.
Or
I'll give it that.
multitasking.
Multitasking,
Multitasking.
right?
It's
Thinking
like
about
20
what you're gonna
things going on,
think.
and you're trying to
Right,
have a good time. So, and then you don't want to look like you're unapproachable either. It's too many. You got to do this, that, look good. I'm just
right. Well, I'm
saying.
even
I
I'm even
get
gonna
it though.
But I'm
Yeah,
I
gonna say
get it.
this:
yeah.
outside of going out, you guys, I don't give a damn where you at. It could be the middle of the day going to church, um, going to the grocery store, right? One thing about women I know, because I see it and I see it a lot, and you can say this. You guys would be literally at the store, and someone can walk up on you, right, out of nowhere. You do this, right? As men, for the most part, we already know when you coming before you even get there. You see what I'm saying? So I guess I would say even the most non dangerous situations and places, you guys aren't the best at really being aware of your environment, right? So I would definitely say the best thing I would probably say is that before you walk out in these streets, I'll say this, and this is just a free game, right? So I'll just say, before you step out, 360, right? 360 meaning that north, south, east, west, when you step out, wherever you're coming from, at least observe where you're from, because you'll be able to see a lot of things or the potential of something not being right for you if you just look in all directions, right? Be aware.
Yeah.
And I understand, with all the things that we have to do in life, we sometimes overlook or not pay attention as much. But when you're out there by yourself, I would definitely say 360. So I just thought about that. So let's just say the rule of thumb would be 360, right? Whenever you go out, your car, your house, a non-public building is 360. It's 360.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then at that, and then also pay attention to I would probably say this. If there's anyone within a certain vicinity of a certain feet from you, I would definitely say pay attention to demeanor.
Yeah.
Demeanor.
Which,
A mean mug, right? Because I'm gonna tell you how, for the most part, for what men like, even for me, if I'm gonna go into a certain place, I'm me. This is just me. I could, like, public place or a lounge or a restaurant, back up against the wall, and I'm observing anyone within a certain distance of what their demeanor is, right? Because that means a lot, right? What they say, a lot of people wear their expressions on their face. I am one of them. When I think you full of shit, guess what? You're gonna see it on my face. You're gonna see it on my face, right? So I would say definitely. So we got 360. We got pay attention to demeanor. Pay attention to the demeanor of people within in all distances while you're 360. And also, I would definitely say, if you're going from a building to your car, already have your keys already out, right? As soon as you get within the distance of being able to hit that unlock button, hit that. But now I definitely wouldn't say hit the unlock button if it's like, a quarter of a mile down, right? Because by that time you're unlocking, somebody can jump in the car. You know what I'm saying? This is just how I think, right? So as soon as you get close enough, but keep your hands on that button, because guess what? With that button, you have a way to, the way to unlock your car, but also the panic button.
the panic button.
That's what the panic button is not for you to find out where your car is because you just left Walmart and you got turned around. The panic button is not to locate your car.
Hey.
The panic button, I mean, you could use it for that, but I would definitely say that's a good deterrent, right? Because if somebody pulls up on you and you got your hand on that red button, guess what? Just because it goes off, guess what? Boom, they out of there, right? It's a deterrent. I would say it's a deterrent. So I would definitely say that. So other than that, I would definitely give you, for women, I would definitely say, in cases of definitely meeting people, especially meeting people, don't allow a man to walk into the car on the first date. I don't care how much time you enjoy. Don't. I'm sorry. Not all the way to your car, right?
Okay.
Go to a certain distance. You're at a disadvantage, right? Think about it like this. The closer you are to an object or whatever, you're boxed in. It's like a funnel, right? You want a person now. I'm not going to say I'm not saying if your car well down the street don't have it, then it's dark and all that other stuff, right? but don't have them come too much far up on you. First of all, your tag is accessible with technology right now.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest, right? People
Right.
can find you. I literally, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Not just, you know what? I'm not gonna say that because somebody might go back and look at it. I'll put it to you like this. I literally found where I live, my telephone number online,
Yeah, you can do
and
that.
people I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say even letting somebody see. So let's just say this: if you're meeting a guy, this is something we just coming up with, and then you tell me what you guys think about this. So let's say if you're meeting a guy on the first date, I got a good one. If you're meeting a guy on the first date, back your car up so your tag is not being shown, right? If possible.
Right.
First of all, you never want to pull into a parking space anyway, right? Like this, right? Let's just say you got that wall, you got your parking spaces here, and you got your car pulled in this way. That's too much movement, right? It's too much movement. You got to get in the car, put it in the reverse, turn it to the left, go back out, put it back in drive. You know, it's too much, right?
Right.
So limit your movement, right? Back your car into places, right? Back your car into places. And then it's easier access. Get in the car, get the hell on. What you think about those things I just shared?
Yep.
Skittles. What you
Good
think?
tips. Real good tips. I'm gonna pass them along.
Anything else you guys can add with that as far as awareness or anything in that? Because this is a platform for learning. And I'll just say this real quick for niggas, excuse me, for dudes. I'm gonna say this for dudes. I'll just say this: don't be so excited to jump into somebody's pants you really don't know.
That part.
I'm just gonna be like, don't be so quick, right? One, energy is real. You never know who you're dealing with because some people don't take hit it and quit so nicely.
Right.
And then guess what? The biggest one is meeting these women off the internet, other social media platforms. The biggest thing I would definitely say, that person may be setting you up.
To get robbed.
To get
Just
robbed,
like the video we just saw.
unalived.
Right. I was always skeptical of a woman saying yes too fast off the internet.
Off the right. You don't
I'm
even
just, we're talking because this is how they met. Remember,
Right.
if I go from hey how you doing to hey how you doing, do you want to see some nude pics? I'm automatically hit the block button, y'all. I promise you, my inboxes are full of, I'm gonna say scammers because most of them have about 4 pictures.
Right.
That's it.
And then they're gonna hit you with either the Bitcoin or some booty. Either the 2 B's, right? Bitcoin or some booty, right? And then, but when you hear somebody, especially somebody you don't know, just automatically jumps in your inbox and be like, "Oh yeah, I want you know, you want to see some new pics, or let's meet up. What side of town you on?" In my mind, automatically, I'm like, "Okay, this is something I don't need to deal with."
Yeah.
So fellas, don't be too quick to jump in somebody's pants you really don't know.
Yeah.
And you don't want lifetime alphabets. You don't
Oh yeah, go ahead. See, hold on, time out. Let me say this. Skittles is a nurse, and she has used this term before. Lifetime alphabets. Explain what the lifetime alphabets are. Now we finna get into some old nasty disease. Go ahead, goddamn.
Exactly. The lifetime alphabets, the HIVs, the AIDs, HEP, HVP, and then they're just coming up with some more. So yeah,
Yes.
those don't go away ever.
Right.
So yeah, or
Yeah,
you don't
that's
want
scary
bum bum,
enough.
boop, like Kevin Hart, you know, boop, get that bum bum. You don't want that either.
Right. I'll get the usher. But yeah, I ain't saying that. I ain't saying nothing. I don't know what y'all talking
Drinking
about.
off of your straw. No.
Right. But no, that's the only room. I don't know nothing. Allegedly, that's what they say. I don't know him. Actually, you know, hey man, that dude makes some good music. But other than that, man, I mean, what's up? Anything else you guys want to touch before we end this night?
I mean, I think you touched on it. I mean, guys have to be cautious as well because there are, as we can see in this example, there are women that's setting up guys and setting them up to be robbed or they're prostituting or whatever. So everybody have to just take precaution. It's dangerous in these streets. So everybody just have to take precaution.
Yeah.
There are too many, Corey B, what's happening? There are too many stories about folks getting set up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
like you said before, you get too comfortable and you get too eager and you're not thinking about, because the conversation was good and it feels right and all that, you're not thinking about the other side of it, right?
Mhm.
This could potentially happen, right? If you're
Marie.
vulnerable in this situation.
Hey, yeah, that's what they say. They shot him because they thought he had a couple $100. This is a super sad and disturbing.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
really,
Because not only was he planning on taking her out, but then she later said that he was paying for sex, like she was prostituted, right?
Right.
different some
Right.
booty. Huh.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna read one more. That's you over there. This is, look. I can tell you would listen. Look at this shit right. This is who said that right there. Siobhan, look, read that.
The power of people. Just wasn't even thinking, like all he was thinking about what he was gonna do
What he's gonna do, man?
He's
Nigga probably
gonna
can.
Eat.
to that
Look.
20-year-old.
We about
Look.
to turn up, baby girl.
That
Right?
And she
man.
20. She fresh.
I could imagine. I bet she was. I bet like, come on. He was like,
Rabbit.
I'm gonna get that goddamn boy.
You better
It's
Google
ready.
them addresses. You better do some Google Maps and look at what's that app on Google where you can actually look at the location? Something I can't think of the name of it, but you better check these places out before you pull
Right.
up. And don't look, you know.
That's
those
it.
things.
Hey, you got the power of the P and the power of the D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works both
Yeah.
ways. Yeah.
Those
yeah.
alphabet.
Absolutely. Look, the D will also put you in jeopardy of a power position due to the fact that the D may be good, due to the fact that you may, you know what I mean? Y'all know what's going on now in the news.
Hold
The power
on.
of
The
the
D
D.
may be good,
Ooh,
or
the
the
you're
lack
right.
of D,
Yeah.
Right. We
or
all
the
know.
lack of D will have you doing
Oh.
some crazy
Oh
stuff.
my God, the lack
In
of D.
Atlanta.
Oh man, let me tell you something. You guys, look, this is all off the subject, but on the subject. Let me say something to y'all. I've came to the realization, and maybe when I got old, I observe more. You guys are the most horniest beings on earth when y'all get older. and when you get especially when you get lack of D, you guys are irritable. I had a situation one time. I'm definitely not gonna say anything, but I'm not definitely gonna say this. I remember one time I was in a relationship with whatever. I'll just say that. I was in a relationship one time, and my biggest turnoff is, I can say this, my biggest turnoff, especially when it comes to sex, is to me, sex is definitely a mental but more spiritual thing for me, right? And so being in a situation one time before, you guys could speak on this, but I just recall where I didn't want to do it to the person that I was with because their attitude wasn't the best, right? So I held out, right? I held out. I didn't do that, right? For maybe a good 60 days, right? Let me tell y'all something. That's after about the second week of no D in the same house with somebody you got to lay to bed with. Let me tell y'all something. The worst. It went from, I'm just probably extreme, but it went from, it was like, what was it? I'm just making up something this time. The water too cold, right? In the tub. Right? I'm just making something up. What is too cold because you ain't give me no goddamn dick. You don't even give me some dick, then I won't have to worry about the water piece goddamn cold, right? Everything got to be about dick. Well, I think I'm getting ready to go to work. Well, you should, hey, look, let me tell you something. You ain't going to be able to work with it because you ain't give me no dick on the way out the door. Like, y'all. Everything is equated to D when you guys get the lack of D. I've came to the conclusion. So, fellas, power up. Shit, power up.
And it works both ways too. Y'all be acting a fool when y'all don't get the
cookies.
JJ, the panani. Right? Y'all be acting a
Yeah,
fool.
but you guys are
irritable.
worse. You guys are worse.
Yeah. Because it's a form of rejection, right? So it's trying to probably, especially when you're not communicating why you're refraining. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what is
So
going
look-
on?
So look, check this out, y'all. Before we go, so when was this? So Monday, I'm gonna do a top 10, right? Top 10. I always do the top 10s. You guys definitely come on if you want to. I invite anybody out there to come on, but this one's gonna be definitely. I need more. I definitely need the ladies to come out on this one right here. So top 10 will be, and I'm gonna word it probably a different way, but it's top 10 things women would like men to know about sex. The top 10. So the top 10 would be
Foreplay. No, okay.
the most. That's actually, listen. Here's the thing. Okay, so look, check this out. So it's top 10 things women would like men to know about sex. That will be Monday. Okay.
Oh,
And so I will have one other person on. She's a young lady. If anybody want to come on, including you ladies, you let me know. I'll shoot you the text. We'll discuss it. Now, these top 10s are not, and again, so here's how I do my top 10s. I don't know that I do. Again, you guys ever want to know if you can care. So what I do is there's a list of, typically the last couple I did, there's usually about 50 to 60 of those things. Like one of them was top 10 things dating ideas for men. It was about 50, right? And so the topic, and this is just for somebody who wants to kind of go on that thing, well, how do you know he ain't a woman? This information actually came from a group of women, right? And so I took that information from a group of black women, okay, because it's from a black article, right? And I took them and I made it Mark's top 10 things women that I thought were good. I'm not saying they were right. That's why I have the ladies coming in the audience actually coming in on that one. So that will be Monday. So you ladies are definitely more than welcome to join. I usually go on about the same time, about 8:30. So that will be something that we will be discussing. Top 10 things men should know, secretly should know about sex when it comes to women. So that would be interesting. What you guys think about that topic? Y'all waiting on that one out there.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Write a
So-
book on that.
Right. So get them batteries ready.
Plug-in.
a call whoever else right afterward, because it might get a little steamy in there. I saw them already, y'all. I'm almost done. So it's gonna be interesting. And then I will allow, even though it's Mark's top 10 things that women, Mark's keyword, I will allow you guys to also have a bonus one that I probably didn't see on the list. Okay. So other than that, any one of you guys have anything going on personally that you guys want to kind of tell everybody out here about before we end?
Ooh, I definitely.
Ideas.
Hey.
Okay, go ahead. Skittle,
you
start with you.
I believe that one of the top 10, take care of yourself so you can have longevity, because health is wealth. And I believe that the body can heal itself if you give it what it needs properly, especially hydration. And I offer mobile hydration. So I'll pull up. Yeah, that's one of them. And then
And when you say mobile hydration, are you talking about like IV treatments? Like, talk more about that.
Yeah,
I
go
do,
deeper.
yeah. And B12 shots, energy boosters. So yeah, it definitely is needed. I think people would be a lot happier, less moody if they were not full of shit.
Literally.
IV hydration also helps with weight loss.
Yes. Awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
So how can people reach out to you if they want to go ahead and get some of your services?
Oh, they can reach me. My IG is Skittles the Nurse. Just straight, spelled the right way. No hashtags or underscores. And then also they can go to my website, skittlesthenurse.com.
Nice.
Hey,
Yeah.
so tell them why they call you Skittles.
Oh, let me see this here.
Nah, tell them the reason
Well,
why they call
yeah.
you Skittles.
So no, my patients coined me that because there's too many Jessicas. They would get confused.
And what else? Why you call yourself Skittles?
And that's
Because you
it.
ate. Did you say you like
It's
Skittles?
more.
Didn't you tell me one time you
I
like
don't
Skittles?
eat candy no more.
But that's how you got the name, though, right? Here
Yeah,
we
I
go.
used to eat a lot of
Yeah,
Skittles.
see, here we go.
So,
Again, you asked a direct question. Is
with the colors. Well, it's
we
more
go.
the colors first. 'Cause
Shavonna.
even still people go to Skittles without the candy.
Shavonna, what you got? Anything going on?
No, listen, I'm here. I'm
Just Shavonna.
just hardworking, just Shavonna.
Right. Just
But I will be
Shavonna.
reaching
That's
out
a lot
to
of work.
Skittles because I love the IV treatments. I think
Oh,
that's
thank
really
you. Yeah.
important. Yeah.
Definitely reach
Yeah.
out. I'll pull up.
That's good. I support all. Anytime I bring somebody on, if you guys have something you guys want to plug, come on up. Let me know. I'll definitely let you plug it. I also break them down, make your own little small commercials or whatnot. Edit most of the videos and whatnot. So you'll
Okay.
definitely get some shout out. We'll definitely rotate your stuff around.
Yeah.
That's what I can pay you for your time, right? So that's the best thing I can do. I can get you some money on the back end. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so ladies, I'm gonna go ahead and kick y'all ladies in the back. But don't go nowhere. I'm gonna talk to you guys shortly. Okay, give me 1 second. All right, everybody, we are definitely at a state. Oh, man, okay, so that's another version of YouTube and Chill. YouTube and Chill. So basically, every week, I said every week or every other week, however it goes. This particular one, I can definitely say, as this is my second one. We would definitely be able to explore new videos, more videos. Any videos that we do for YouTube and Chill would be centered around dating, relationships, and or awareness, right? Awareness is very important. Like I was telling young ladies earlier, I forgot I had my Smurf shirt on. But like I was telling women, the ladies earlier, that awareness is very key, fellas. Again, I mean, just because it looks good, it don't mean it's good for you. Ladies, awareness is key. Please pay attention. Like I told young ladies before, when it comes to attention to details, while I'll definitely say there is a lackluster in approach from women when you are out in public. The awareness is not as good as I think it should be. Me having a daughter and having female friends I do care about, I definitely would say, I try to instill those lessons when it comes to, protecting yourself when you don't have anybody to protect you. So next week we will have another wonderful video for YouTube and Chill. We'll definitely have, each week I randomly choose a video. So it's YouTube and Chill. Again, if you guys want to come on, let me know. Shoot me an inbox. I will allow anybody to come on the platform. Deborah Queen, what's going on? I see you in the chat over there. I appreciate you coming in. It is a Friday night, and for you to spend your time with me is definitely appreciated. Please like and share. I mean, it's been a year. We're coming up on a year here. Date night. We are growing. Also, look out for date night. I say date night because I am an extension of that. Look out for date night. We will be appearing on the Fox 5 Portia Brunner show. So I was invited on. So that will be coming out soon. I'll definitely tell you guys more about that. I was picked to be on a panel of about 4 men, I believe. And that interview will be going out on Monday. Also, Monday, we'll be also doing the Mark's top 10 things that men should secretly know when it comes to sex. That will be out on Monday. That'll be Monday, 8:30. We will definitely go live again. We're on Rumble, YouTube, and then we're also on Facebook, of course, and Instagram. Now, I'm going to say this. At some point, YouTube is. I'm going to say this. YouTube is a great platform. I actually use the videos from YouTube, but I'm going to tell you something. One of the most beneficial platforms for all content creators right now at this point, due to monetization and a lot of things that we can do, is definitely on the Rumble platform. It's similar to YouTube, but they give content creators a little bit more flexibility when it comes to their content. Also, it allows us to get to a point of monetization. I never ask you guys for anything. So if I don't ask from you, I got to ask from someone. So I'm going to ask from any of these particular platforms that I'm putting my content on that we're compensated without me having to. Now, if I'm not properly compensated, guess what? The doors of the church will be open. We'll be collecting tithe monies and everything else we have to do. But anyway, hey, you guys have a good night. Have a great weekend, and be safe out there. It is the weekend. If you haven't any dates that you got coming up, pay attention to details, men and women, for you can see if you're wasting your time, if it's something worth. Other than that, I appreciate you and thank you for tuning in today.